A forgotten artifact lies in pieces on a planet far from Earth. Few know it exists except those who took it back and those whose ancestors created it. 4 young people are thrown into a race against emissaries of the gods to find his pieces. Mistrust, greed, and magic are tangled in an endless web. What will the fate be of the universe once it is found and reassembled? Get Scepter of the Gods, The Rod of Truth now on Amazon, and get wrapped up in the saga that will not let you go.
Good morning, and welcome to the Motivational Devotion, where we are merging motivation and spirituality to create a daily dose of confident positivity. I hope that this morning's podcast will help you to be more spiritually and positively motivated so that you can transform your day.
Good morning. I am Mark the Writer, and I want to thank you for joining me today as we continue our series, 50 Ways to Love Your Soul. I hope you've been able to follow along with this series and are finding it helpful in getting your new year going in the direction of your lifelong goals, as well as in deepening your spirituality. If you know anyone who could use some encouragement in setting goals or spiritual development, then please share this podcast or the blog version from motivational-devotional.com. Are you a joke teller? I used to be more so than I am now. There are just some jokes that will make anybody laugh. I don't tell as many now, though, because I read a long time ago that jokes are the lowest form of humor. I started thinking about that, and it kind of made sense. I mean, you tell this story, even if it's a short one, and after the punchline, very few people actually laugh with a belly laugh. Usually they snort or just nod their heads and say, "Yeah, good one, that's really funny." But if it's so funny, why aren't they laughing? I love to laugh, and only a few jokes really got me there. I've laughed almost all the way through some movies, one of my favorites being the movie Mouse Hunt, where the 2 brothers inherit an old house that turns out to be worth a fortune. But the problem is that the mouse living in the house is more intelligent than any of the people who come in. I literally laughed almost the entire time I was watching it. It's right up there with Rat Race. Also laughed almost constantly through that one, as well as the animated movie Over the Hedge. I got to see Robin Williams in person once at the music hall in Houston, Texas. I also laughed almost constantly through the whole thing, and you know what? He didn't tell one joke. He just exhibited this continuous, hysterical, maniacal stream of babble throughout the entire hour and a half. Even with all of that, the times that I have laughed the hardest have been with friends and family, with no designation of anyone needing to be funny or telling a joke or any of that. It was just people cracking comments one after another for an entire evening. But I've noticed at times that there are people who just don't seem to have a sense of humor, and 1 or 2 of those have been at those gatherings. There were people who later showed me why that would be so, because either they were mean, or they were untrustworthy, or they had some kind of agenda that was so prevalent in their minds that anything funny going on wasn't worth their time. I've worked for people like that. I've been in churches with people like that, and the saddest part of that is that they were leaders in a church. Wow, really? Don't we enjoy being around people who love to laugh more than we enjoy the people who seem to need to be reminded that it's okay to at least smile once in a while? Some people just have a spark. They love laughing at just about anything, but not in a mean way, and they always look at the sunnier side of life. Others, however, seem to just start sucking the very life out of you before you actually finish walking up to talk to them. I don't know about you, but I would rather be the first kind of person. I would rather be the kind of person that everybody else enjoys being around. Wouldn't you? You don't have to be the life of the party or the most popular person in the room. I'm not talking about that. It's just that the more we love to laugh, the more we look at the joys in life, we look at our blessings, we look for the humor in even the darkest of times, and we look inside ourselves and find our positives outweigh our negatives. So, you don't have to be the life of the party, but you can learn to find the party in your life. It's in your heart, and it isn't just a narcissistic, feel-good, superficial party either. Learning to really love laughing means finding the laughter in the soul and the laughter that makes the universe sing. That's where it's at, man. Right there at the intersection of the universe and your soul. That's not a joke, but it's the point where we can laugh at whatever life throws our way. You can find it. I did. And I also found right there that all of creation is conspiring in my favor as it is for you too. Trust that the universe always has your back, especially when you're laughing. Actor and co-founder of Monty Python, John Cleese, once said, "If I can get you to laugh with me, you like me better, which makes you more open to my ideas. And if I can persuade you to laugh at the particular point I make, by laughing at it, you acknowledge its truth."
Thank you for taking the time to listen today. Please help keep this podcast going by following the Motivational Devotional Facebook page, following @Threefold Way Radio on Twitter, and sharing the written format of today's message from motivational-devotional.com on your social media. I am deeply grateful for your support, and thank you for letting Motivational Devotional be part of your journey. Peace out. See you tomorrow. Motivational Devotional is a production of Threefold Way Radio, LLC.